Today I'll be looking at the 1:144 scale high grade Nemo. This will be the Unicorn Desert colored version. This one was released back in 2013 and I just picked it up at my local hobby store. So let's just get right on into it. And the first thing that we'll be looking at is the accessories. Now we do have two beam sabers and two clear pink beams. Now the beam sabers do have this tapered end that you don't normally see. I actually kind of like it. And then we do have a couple of hands in here. First we have this, if I can get the camera to focus. It is the holding hands. You get two of those, left and right. They are sculpted pretty good, and you do get a lot of hand covers as well. The next one that we do have is the two closed fists. And it's a bit dark, so it's going to take a minute to focus. You do get two of those. Those do have the gray hand covers to them. And we do get two open hands. They do have the gray hand covers on them, but you do get a left and a right hand for that. Now you do get beige covers to swap out the gray caps for both sides. And we do get a shield included as well. I do like the design of this actually. There's a good fair amount of detail on the backside and does have a color separated yellow and gray pieces. And it does have a compact design, which I'm not a huge fan of. It's just unpegged, lowered down, pegged back in for a more compact look. For me personally, I'm not a huge fan of it, and I think it's just used to show off in the anime how it's stored if it's ever not in use and put away for storage. Now we do get two rifles that come with this kit. One is this one, which is the beam rifle. I think you've seen it in a lot of other kits as well. Just three pieces, well, four pieces really, the moving handle on the bottom there, and two pieces sandwiched together along with the barrel. There is some good detail in it, and it does hold it in the hand very well. I do personally prefer the other rifle in my opinion, and it will be this one. I do have the trigger finger on this hand. It does extend outwards to the side, that's why I prefer this rifle. We have seen this one before in other model kits as well, and also just two halves put together, no moving parts. And this is what the rifle looks like on the mobile suit itself. As you can see, it does have that curved wrist. This is why I prefer this rifle on it, just because it looks a little bit more natural, in my opinion, than the beam rifle. And it just overall looks a lot better. Just being held closer to the body, you know, in a more militaristic style and stance. And we do have the shield. Now the shield does get connected just by the one adapter. It has two pegs on it, so you can mount the shield on the underarm or you can mount it over the forearm of it. And I do prefer over the forearm. It just seems like it's easier to block and defend versus having to throw your whole arm over your body there. Now we do have the beam sabers. They do just get mounted right on the back skirt. All you do is you just put it through the hole. Now they do slide in on opposing sides for where the beam emitters are, and they do get held in pretty well. They're pretty secure even if for some reason you have your mobile suit on a sideways. I don't know why you'd ever would, but if you have your mobile suit sideways, it still holds in pretty well. Now we do have the other beam rifle. We can swap that out now. All it is just a peg in the rifle itself and a hole in the hand. It holds it really securely. I do like trigger fingers that do have those peg systems in them. It just makes it a lot easier to pose and you don't have to worry about your gun flopping around everywhere. And all you do is you just pop it into the other hand and there you go. Now I do like this beam rifle itself. I just find that the angled wrist on this particular mobile suit is just a bit, I I want to say a bit awkward looking, just because you're holding it out on a weird angle with not really a stock in the back. So it's almost like holding a pistol kind of in a far to outward angle. But it does look nice for the most part. I just prefer the other one. But like I said, they do hold it securely, and to be quite honest, it is nice that they added the extra beam rifle, just because Bandai didn't really need to if they didn't want to, and sometimes they usually don't, and it's nice that they added it. Just an extra nice touch to it. Now, it does come with a lot of color correcting stickers. I've only used the metallic one that goes in the visor itself. I'm not a huge fan of these stickers. I don't really think a lot of people are. And I should note that I also have not panel lined this kit at all. And if you want to, you can add a bit more detail into it. Now, you do get another set of decal set stickers. They do come pretty nice, and I think I'll do that afterwards when I also panel line the kit. Now, that is everything that comes with this kit. It is a really solid, good kit. I do think that it is a bit pricey for it being a grunt suit and all. I did get mine here in Canada for about $25, but it is a good kit, and if you do see one, I do recommend it. Okay, so before I forget, here's the articulation. You have a 360-degree rotation in the head. Just be careful, the collar and the little side plates are hard to go around. You do have a little forward and backward motion as well with the head. The arms, actually the shoulders do come forward and back. The arms will rotate all the way around, and they do go out actually pretty far. Actually, that's all the way up. Not bad. And there is a joint on the top here, and you can rotate that 360 degrees. And it is stiff, by the way. And the arm does have a 90 degree at the elbow, maybe a little bit more than 90 degrees, but not much, to be honest. The wrists do rotate all the way around. Now, there is a bit of a stomach joint, or I guess you could say gut joint. Only rocks a little bit forward and back. There is a slight rotation in the waist. That front piece is really hard to get around, so if you force it a bit much, it will go over it, but I wouldn't expect too much. As you can see right there, it goes over just a little bit, and it is hard to put back on. Now, the front skirts go all the way up. The side skirts do move just a little bit. They are on a slight hinge. It's hard to get them back and forth. The back skirts do not move at all. The legs will go all the way forward. Not too bad. They will go not too far back because of the back skirt, but not horrible. They do go out pretty far. And there is a 90 degree in the knee. And the feet will go down and up. There's a little flip-flop on there as well. And there's a hinge that it can move on as well. And the feet themselves will go side to side. And they will rotate all the way around as well. And that is the articulation. So that is the end of my review. This is my first ever review, so if you have any advice, I would love to hear it, and I'll see you guys in the next one.
Heat source detected! Incoming! Ah!